Hi everyone, I'm Matthew, and in this video I'd like to talk to you about whether you should join Formula Student. And as a really quick summary, I'd say absolutely yes. I was a competitor in Formula Student from 2012 to 2014, and I went to 3 events in UK, so we went to Silverstone, and then I did 3 events in Spain, so we went to Circuit de Catalunya, Barcelona. I'm also now a design judge, and I've done that for about 5 or 6 years. Formula Student is a competition set up specifically for undergraduate students, and it's to design, manufacture and race your own open wheel race car designed specifically by the students. Then you get to take it to high profile events such as Silverstone in the UK or Hockenheim in Germany, and loads of other events all around the world where you will speak to professional engineers to show off your designs. But then you've also got what's possibly more exciting for a lot of us students is the fact that you have dynamic events too. So there's a drag race if you like, and then there's an endurance race to really test after over about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. So I've got 5 tips for why I really think that you as an engineer, so that's mechanical or electrical, and another engineers, so software engineers, should really participate in Formula Student. And my first reason is you'll gain a lot of really useful engineering experience. You'll be looking at setting specification for your car, having a look at setting requirements, trying to define loads, then putting those loads into components to try and design a component in CAD. Then you need to turn that into a technical drawing. Then you need to contact a manufacturer to get them made, speak to different manufacturers to see which is the best cost, and then actually get it made, make sure it's manufacturable. Then once you get that in, you'll assemble the car, so you might find some challenges there, and then you'll test the car. There's so much useful content there which matches how industry works, just probably on a much shorter time scale. What you'll find is that a lot of that experience that you get hands-on, so you get a wholesome view, so you get a whole holistic view of the design process, but also it's at quite a low level what you do in Formula Student. You've kind of got to do everything. Whereas in perhaps a normal job, once you've graduated, you find you might only focus on a small part of it. You might only do the high level stuff. It really plugs a gap, in my opinion, in a lot of degrees, because there's very little practical element to degrees from my experience and when I've asked lots of people. The next point as to why Formula Student's good is because it can give you experience in project management and timeliness. And this is always going to be useful in future roles, so graduate roles and beyond. There's always going to be an element of project management and timeliness. Certainly if you're going to be managing people, if you're running projects, which I see all the time with engineers. The Formula Student life cycle, you've got to deliver documents throughout the year, and this might be done by section heads or the team leader, but if you're in those kind of roles, you need to make sure you're hot on that and make sure you do it timely, because there are penalties in the competition if you don't submit documents on time. And then when it comes to the event, well, you need to have had your car ready, so you need to make sure you've got milestones throughout the year, so you need to plan that, and that will be extremely valuable experience when you go to interviews, certainly when you first start looking for jobs. And that ties quite nicely into general management and team building, because Formula Student can't be done really by one person. You're going to have some level of management. Not everyone can be at the same level. Somebody's got to be leading that way. You're also going to have to do some level of team building, because you need to work with each other, you need to get on. If you don't, then it's going to be very difficult to build a car. So all your parts need to nest together. You can't really do that if you're not talking to people. So you deliberately need to make good relations with people within your team. And you're forced to do that within Formula Student. The next point is regarding communication and presentation. I mentioned that you're going to have to send a number of documents to the Formula Student judges, and these will have to be good written communication. And then when it comes to the event, you're going to have to present this to around 6 judges who will ask you questions on how you designed it, and this lasts for about an hour. It gives you good experience in how to talk to engineers and what sort of questions they might be focused on, what's probably too much detail, what are the right things to be talking about. And the final reason for doing Formula Student is that it's fun. I have so many good memories of Formula Student, particularly the events. It's so worth it. I have a lot of good memories, and go-karting, whatnot. We go to impromptu go-karting almost on a weekly basis. I hope that's provided some really good insight, and I hope it's encouraged you to actually take part in Formula Student. It will do you so much good. Thank you everyone, I'll see you in the next video.